Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining another episode of Paranormal Talk with Other Side Investigations. Thank you for making this part of your Halloween weekend. Hope you're still in the spooky season spirit. Halloween was just last night, and who's really over it by now? But thank you guys for tuning in. Give this a like, give this a share, give it a comment. Actually, did I turn the mic on?
Maybe not. Yeah, let's see.
Hope you're still in the spooky season.
I'm still picking it up, so.
Okay, well, sorry about that. We thought we had a little bit of potential technical difficulty. But thank you guys for tuning in. Give this a like. As long as you can hear me, give it a comment, and feel free to share it out with all your friends and family, as we will be posting this on Spotify as well tomorrow. We do also want to acknowledge Zach, Brooke, and Lori from Wildwood. Those are the owners. Very great people, very hospitable, and doing a lot of great things there. They do a lot of every investigation and like pretty much everything they do there, all the money gets put back into the building. So if you ever get a chance to go out there, highly advise you do it. We do want to help keep these these buildings up and operational, and really the only way to do that is by helping out, going to see them. They also do a lot of stuff in the community. We've seen this past week or so on their social media, they are constantly restocking their food pantry for people that are hungry in the Seneca, oh my god, I cannot talk tonight, Salamanca area. But yeah, very great people. What they do there is very great causes and all that good stuff. But to get into our investigation, also, we do want to mention this is interactive. Any questions, comments you want to throw in, feel free to put them in the comment section. We're going to try to incorporate them here on our investigation. Oh my god.
It's okay. We napped too long.
Yeah, no, it's been a weekend. It's
already.
Yeah. But to kick the podcast off, we're going to talk about our investigation at the Wildwood Sanitarium, where we started out in the basement. Basement, there really wasn't a lot of talking. Pretty good amount. I was in Estes for a little bit there on the embalming table, but it didn't really seem like anything like really wanted to be known. Did you kind of get that vibe too?
Yeah, just not really wanting to talk much.
Yeah.
Or anything.
Yeah. Yeah, but there's definitely like a presence down there, kind of like curious, not about necessarily what we're doing, because the spirits there are incredibly smart. If you let them, they will send you on a goose chase around the entire property all night, and
there's quite a bit to like explore and investigate too, so we didn't really get to it all.
Yeah, and I feel like it was really just all the history that's behind that building, because it really wasn't like, and there's really not another building that's like that as far as I could think, that was just, a hospital for so long, that it was 3 different apartment buildings. So it's like, not only was it a place where people were going, getting sick, dying, potentially, there was also people like living their like every day-to-day life there. And that was really unique to me. And that's something I really knew a lot about. And it really adds to like the mystery factor of who is in there. Like why, and like, usually you go into these things and it's like, oh, they're attached to maybe an item in a museum, or this was a funeral home, or it was, or it was just a place people lived, and it doesn't really help. I mean, it's not really, any help that there's so much history going on there and so much background that it does make it a little bit harder to investigate and everything like that. You had a good point too, that it was a lot of just like business in the basement, which
that's where they did like treatments and other weird stuff. So I can imagine it was like a bunch of talking like that.
Right. Yeah, probably just someone doing their job. Like I said, I was on the embalming table. It's not like the actual embalming table from, when it was operational and functioning, but they try to like simulate as much as they could of what was going on there. So, but they're in the first floor kitchen. They're mainly voices, but a lot of them were trying to get us to kind of like, I felt like, get up to the second floor. You know, we didn't really do anything in the mirror room, which, you know,
like I said, there's just so much that you want
to
get to.
We kept getting readings from and about Tommy, so that was a big reason we kind of just headed on up to the second floor there too. Was his room is, you go up these stairs and there's right and a left, and right is Tommy's room, left is the library room, and in both those rooms is where we kind of had most of our activity for the night. We didn't really think, you know, not to say the rest of the house isn't active. Every night's completely different. And yeah, what did you think of Tommy's room, first floor kitchen? Did you really?
First floor kitchen. There was some like chatter coming through, but like nothing that was like distinctively wanting to just have a like conversation with us, it seemed like. And then Tommy's room was pretty cool. We heard that footstep. That I think it was a footstep outside the room there. Yeah,
when we were
talking, of course, and then we both stopped and were like, "What was that?"
Yeah.
Literally heard something like take a step at the top of the stairs. I gave away a Pikachu croc charm also, and Tommy seemed to like that because the ball kept going off in the mirror, and I'm glad he likes it.
Yeah, sacrifices were made that night.
Yes.
Sorry, I was checking to see if we had any comments or anything. But yeah, no, Tommy's room did have most of the activities. Like we said, Serenity sacrificed her Pikachu croc charm, and we put a cat ball right on top of it, and the cat balls those barely go off, as we've said 1,000 times too, so something's really got to be just like interacting with that. And
yeah, actually wanting to touch it.
Right, yeah. Yeah, no, it actually does take a lot for that. It's not just like the REM pod where it's like the...
Tommy's room's also where there's a picture that you posted on our Facebook, the pixelations.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And what the pixelation looks like is, it looks like a little boy wearing like a sailor kind of uniform or something like that, right?
Yep. Yeah.
You would say like something like that, like from like the 50s, 60s, because it looks like that's where what his picture is.
Yeah, if it
is his picture, but I would assume he was from that time because I think that was the timeline given.
Yeah, and then as we were leaving the room, we actually, this picture is again posted on both of our social media sites. It actually looks like a little boy kind of like wearing a scarf, like, bye, like, get out of here.
It was like hiding behind that little...
Yeah, it's like a little
theatrical, like curtain, little tiny display thing. I don't know what to even call it, but...
Yeah, the energy on that, like, second floor as a whole is just...
And then it felt like something kind of kicked Tommy out of the room and was in there afterwards.
Yeah, kind of got sick of us.
It didn't sound like it was Tommy anymore, because it just, the way it was talking, when we heard it over, like, the spirit box, it sounded like a little boy.
Yeah.
But it sounded like a little boy yelling his name, Tommy.
Yeah, that youthful voice was very distinct, very prominent, and honestly, I kind of feel like Tommy's one of the more active spirits in there. In all honesty, he's really prominent, says a lot, comes out a lot, and interacts with you a lot if you really, really break it down. Because there in that library, like I was saying, right across the hall, is where we got most of our activity. One of the forms of activity we actually got in the library, actually, both of them with the REM pod going off.
Well, I was going to say, I swear me and you both looked at the styrofoam ball, and it was like,
yeah, it was
slowly like something was trying to like move it. It was crazy. I'm like, are you seeing that? And of course it was when we had to go charge our batteries and come back, so we weren't live yet while we were setting up. This happened.
Kind of getting the room set up, and right before we went live, Serenity we have little flashlights we kind of bring with us on investigations just in case, and something we have learned to do with those is kind of like set them so they're like barely on, you could say, and that if something wants to, it can come up to you and communicate with the flashlight, which was happening right before we went live, and it seemed like as we went live, it really just stopped.
Yeah, and that was the library, so that was the room across from Tommy's room at the top of the stairs. Yeah. I don't know what it was before.
Yeah.
Because it's a very small room, if it was ever a room.
Yeah, no, I could picture maybe like
a little kid room, yeah.
Yeah, maybe like a playroom or something like that.
Very small. It makes you wonder what it looked like when it was apartments.
Absolutely.
How it was sectioned off and what it looked like and what it even looked like before it was apartments. Like, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, the library. Oh, the flashlights, were going off.
Yeah, almost like directly, and we do have the footage on one of the cameras that we had set up of us just interacting with it, because what we do is we kind of just set our cameras up, leave them somewhere, and, begin our investigation. So when we were doing that, we just, I'd say before we begin the investigation, we kind of just like plant the camera, we'll go down and, kind of then get the rest of the stuff, and then we start.
Yeah.
And right before we went live, it was communicating like, hey, turn this flashlight off or turn it on or make it brighter if this. And it was doing it. We do have some small clips of it on the body cam, which trying to figure out how to get those posted and get those off of there. But
the REM pod went off like once, and it was when we weren't live.
Yeah.
We were like setting it up, and he had turned his back and walked away from it, and then I was like, beep.
Yeah.
That was it. And I was like, oh my gosh. And then it never went off again.
Yeah, very subtly. Almost onto a thing there with them that, and I feel like they say this a lot, but they almost don't want to be recorded.
Well, they also are aware.
Yeah, very aware.
Zach said that they're very aware that they know what cameras and recording and stuff like that is.
Yeah.
I've gotten like live on my readings before. They'll say live, and they might be reading my phone that says live right there when we're like going Facebook Live. So I'm like, oh, they've got to know, that there's something to these devices that we carry.
Yeah, and the library was where, again, we do have this picture posted on both our social media pages. Very creepy smile, very detailed.
Oh.
That thing was...
That was definitely a little weird.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think, because I just think, it's that thing where your head likes to make faces, but it looks pretty...
That's pretty prominent.
It's pretty
yeah, and just the extreme detail in it, like... I don't know, and as always, our evidence is up there for, challenge us, debunk it if you can, because we want to know, and we don't want to look stupid. We don't want to make anyone look stupid. That entire second floor, though, in comparison to, I'd say the rest of the house just has a completely different vibe, where it's just, like, I almost, I didn't want to say it during the live because it just sounds cliche, but I got a feeling in that seance room, it's like, no, I don't want you in here. Like, very heavy, as opposed to the rest of the house. Not that I felt threatened at any point. I
couldn't tell because it was already like 1, 2 in the morning.
Oh, by the time we're in the seance room?
Yeah.
It was like 2, 3.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So like, I was already getting, like, my energy was getting drained and was kind of down. So like, I don't know if it was that. I don't know if it was the room. I don't want to say it was the room, but because, around 2, 3 o'clock, I'm tired.
Right.
I'm usually tired. So.
And not that it made me tired, but it was like just a feeling of...
Normally, I usually am ready to go to bed by that time, so...
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I'm like, oh, heavy feeling. Was it just me being tired?
No, and I don't think it was any... For me personally, anyway, it wasn't anything like that where I was just tired. It was just like... And again, not threatening, but like, dude, buzz off. Like...
Yeah, it was getting late, so...
Yeah.
Probably trying to sleep.
One part of that upstairs that we didn't get to investigate that I really wish we would have, and I think is worth further investigation, is that little kitchenette right off of the seance room. So if you're ever there, or have been there, please let us know in the comments. Just gonna make sure we're not missing any comments. No, you guys are quiet tonight, so I just wanted to see if we were getting any comments through on the other phone here.
Hungover, probably.
I know. No, and it is also Saturday night, so people could be out doing their things still.
Plus, that was Halloween.
Yeah. But, no, I think that kitchenette room right off of the seance room is worth investigating further, especially if anyone's got any planning to head out there and do anything there. Definitely poke around in there, because that's one room I regret not getting to while we were there. Definitely a location I want to get back to, because it's massive, honestly. And like we've said before, I mean, you know, we got there about 6:37, 6:07.
Don't start. Oh, it was showing me who was live, and then you had to go back.
Sorry.
Because now it's not doing the thing like where it shows me. Sometimes it's like picky. It'll sometimes show me, and sometimes it won't.
Oh, okay.
And then if when I go back out of it, it'll not show me again, and that's why the smiley one,
Yeah.
the creepy smile.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we were actually saying, like, what is that? Because it doesn't look like any person I've ever seen.
It looks like a creepy smile.
Yeah, so please check that out, like it. I'm pretty sure you could share. Yeah.
Let us know what you think it is or what you've seen.
Yeah, absolutely. And really just no idea what that could even be. Because on these devices, man, I feel like there are times where we're picking up more than just... Not to get into a whole different topic, because, you know, we're talking Wildwood tonight, but maybe like extraterrestrial type stuff like that we could be picking up through like spirit boxes. And,
it's out there in the mountains.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, a lot of history out there in Salamanca, especially like aside from Wildwood, just a lot going on there.
Yeah, you don't say.
Just Okay, yeah. One thing I did see in the seance room that it didn't come up on any camera angle that I saw, but and again, could have been maybe we're getting tired and throughout the night, you know, we're just kind of wearing down. Eyes could be playing tricks on us. But I saw like some specks coming around, like if you're ever in there, the seance room, there's like a little ledge that pops out. And there's a little corner, right behind that corner, there's a door to the 3rd floor. I want to say that sounds right? And around that corner, I swear, it almost looked like little stars or twinkles. And
like I'm assuming like what you see when you get like punched in the eye or something. The stars and twinkles.
Yeah, yeah. So, like it was weird. It almost looked like just little like, and again, it could have been just getting tired. Could have been, you know, long night investigating, and you know, eyes do play tricks on you. Sometimes, you know, we see things that
we did sleep there.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'll get into that in just a bit, but. No, the seance room and doll room, which we actually heard were 2 of the more active rooms, they really weren't jumping that night for us. And, I mean, it happens. You know, you can't ever guarantee what's going to happen when you go to these places, and especially if you want to get specific room by room. But Zach did also tell us, like, the spirits there's buildings that, you know, hey, he kind of hangs out in this room, or this one hangs out there. Or Zach was telling us they're kind of free to roam throughout the entirety of the whole building. And I mean, that's really cool to me, but very well, they could have just been with us all night. And at that point, they're like, especially because they don't seem shy. They do not seem shy at all.
Truman's on one tonight.
I know. The paranormal pup is kicking. No, we went to a home investigation last night. Didn't get back home till about 2. Went really well.
Yeah, in an undisclosed location.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, we've had a couple of those this past month as well, so we're sorry we're getting back to you with all this a little bit late, but there's a lot going on this past month, honestly, with the holiday and, having other stuff. And a lot going on. This is the time of year where everybody wants to do this stuff, I feel like.
Yeah.
Especially if you can't do it because winter's coming up, which is a big challenge for us out here, unfortunately. Yeah, no, the seance room, doll room, didn't really get too much in. Not a lot of voices. I'd say the best thing we got from the night, voice-wise, was when third floor, we were in the doctor's office, and it said other side. And really hard time deciding if that was, like, directed at us or they were saying other side of the house, but they do this very cool thing at Wildwood as well, where if you go there, you can, put your little cards up, you could sign it, and, let people know, oh, you've been there. And very cool concept, very cool concept. But they actually said other side through the spirit box. And I almost kind of wish we waited to sign, because, I don't know, someone walks into your house and they're all just writing on your wall right away. Probably. What's this guy doing?
Right. Oh, another one.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, doctor's office though, we really didn't get much. And sometimes it's like that. It's quiet, and that's completely fine. But yeah, while we slept, that was when I'd say it honestly felt the most active, with just something kind of like watching and pacing around.
Watching.
Yeah, like, so to speak. But no, we heard a lot of footsteps, especially in the back hallway, that's where their local shadow man kind of, paces back and forth, does his thing. Another part of the house I feel like is really worth investigating is that back hallway. Just because, not really a spot we got to do or wanted to do.
Which back hallway?
When we were on the third floor, the hallway we came up from, I should say.
Which one?
Okay, so the seance room?
Yeah.
You go into that little area where there's that one bed and then there's a doll room.
Yeah.
That door, and you go in that back hallway.
Okay, yeah.
And then it brings you to the third floor.
Okay. It's a whole maze in there.
Yeah, no, there is.
It's like a crazy, concept of a house. The fact that someone lived in there.
Yeah.
I could imagine kids just running in a circle all day chasing each other.
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
Oh, hide and seek in that house
a whole
would be.
House, it would be cool.
Reminded me a lot of the house I grew up in as well, just with the size. And, how in that house there was a hallway we never used, but kind of led to the upstairs. It reminded me a lot of that, because we actually went to go up to the third floor initially, and we walked through that kitchenette, and I'm like, how do you get upstairs? We opened the door, and we opened the other door. On the
maybe it's one of these other doors, because I forgot. A lot of doorways, a lot of halls, little going through bedrooms, back out the backs of kitchens, and back down into. Where did that kitchen one go to?
Oh, which is just downstairs, but it wasn't not that it wasn't accessible. We didn't really use it for anything, though. I want to say it just went back down to the first floor.
Yeah, I think so. I just don't remember where it led to, because it was just a crazy, whole...
Yeah.
Swirl of a house.
Yeah, no, it almost blew my mind when, okay, no, actually, that doorway went down to the basement as well.
Okay.
The one off the kitchen, because I remember going through it with, Zach when he was giving us the tour, which is still on our page. You want to rewatch the tour of this house alone is amazing. But we went down those stairs and we ended up in a completely different, area than I was expecting. And I was like, oh my god. This is...
It's crazy.
Yeah.
The people that have built these houses. Built them the way they did.
Yeah.
It's why? It's crazy, but it's beautiful inside too.
But my takeaway from that house is there's something there, and I think it is worth revisiting. And just alone with the aspect of everything they do with the property and like maintaining it and keeping it up, and they're very informative and they're very good people there. That's one reason alone I'd like to go, but just to further investigate too, because I feel like there is a lot more to that house that like needs to be uncovered. And
okay, yeah, there was 2 entrances like, into the basement.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking about it now. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, okay, that's right. Sorry, it took me a second to process.
No, you're fine. But no, just aside from while we were sleeping, we didn't have our own personal recording. I'm sure they have cameras throughout the house to make sure no one's.
We were tired, so we were like, let's just take a little nap and sleep.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, there's definitely something there, and a lot to that house. It's just, what is it, and who is it, and when are they there, and
do they even want to talk?
yeah, absolutely a location we want to get back to. And aside from just, whenever the cameras weren't rolling, I felt like that's when a lot of the activity was going.
Yeah, they're smart to know whether we're recording or not.
Yeah, especially on like hey, we're showing the world
Just
what's.
like last night, didn't it? Not want to record in some aspects.
I feel like it's a lot of, but there specifically, especially Joe was there the other night, and he does similar to what we do with the live interactive feed. And I asked him through the chat, I was like, ask if they like being recorded through his EVP. Clear as day, he got a no on there. So
they probably think we're going to give away their position.
Right. It's
probably like, oh crap, now they can see me.
It's almost like when you find a cool place and like you just generally enjoy being there. And you're like, yo, I love it here, but keep it a secret.
Yeah. Do you feel like that when like places get a lot of like investigations and like a row, do you think that like I guess I don't want to say like feeds the energy, but like settles it down, like it got to like talk and stuff. So like by the time like because there was some investigations before we got there.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Also, there was some people like there in the book from.
Yeah, literally like days before.
Yeah, literally a day like
before.
yeah, like in a row. There was.
Which I mean, like we said, this time of year, everybody wants to. Even if you're not like an actual like investigation team, you're kind of just like a thrill seeker trying to,
get a scare or something.
Yeah,
or just stay in a haunted house for the night, I guess.
And I feel like when people investigate a place heavily, it almost, I don't want to say takes away from people in the future, because then you don't want to say.
That's why I said it kind of feeds it, like calms it down. Like it got
it got its piece
talk.
out.
It got to talk a little bit the last couple of days. So now it's like I'm okay.
Yeah. Like, I don't want to repeat myself and tell the same story over and over again. And they're very smart, like we said. A lot of it was happening, like the flashlight thing in the library room. That was happening when we weren't live, and then instantly, as we go live, it just stops. And once we were kind of like settled into our room, I would, go to close my eyes, and you hear. It was the most insane thing. Like, it was a very good time.
I slept like a baby.
Oh yeah, no, I slept fine. Yeah.
We stayed in the top
paint room, I think it's called.
It's got like paint all splattered around, and it's like halfway like painted turquoise. It's got a painting of a guy on a motorcycle that looks like Bob Seger. I think it looks like Bob Seger.
I didn't know who Bob Seger was until that night.
I just show him like, this guy, look, and they just got a painting of Bob Seger riding a motorcycle on the wall. It's cool. But that room was comforting. I don't know what about it, but I liked it.
Oh,
they gave I could have grew up in this room. Or something.
I love the view from that room, honestly. You were able to see the whole neighborhood.
Beautiful. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, especially the time of year that we were there.
I love a bedroom with a good view. So, especially, being a kid, I would have loved to have that room. Just be always on the lookout, just looking around, seeing what's going on.
I was looking out the window in, my hoodie and everything, just first thing in the morning.
We seen somebody walking
Someone
by.
walking their dog. She's like, get out of the window, you're going to scare them.
He literally just just stood there the whole
Just
time,
the whole time.
trying to scare them, and then they didn't even look at the house. Not
Shut up.
once. I thought it was crazy.
If I lived in that neighborhood, I would make it a point to walk just around that property.
I would always be looking in the windows because you never know.
Even taking the kid trick or treating last night,
Didn't
we're
even
looking
see
at
him
the
in the window.
houses. And
Didn't even see him in the window. It was crazy.
Yeah.
It's no self-awareness.
No.
Like, no spatial awareness at all.
None at all. But overall, very good night there.
The bed was comfy in the upstairs.
Oh, yeah.
The paint room.
Plenty warm.
They let you know that that's the comfiest bed. So.
Oh, yeah.
And it has the best view. So, like, I'm not gonna lie, the little front room there with the other bed has a good view too.
Yeah.
But I kind of like the other one on the other side because on that side of the facing of that house, you kind of just see a whole mountain.
Yeah.
There's just a whole mountain full of trees and leaves change color. It was just beautiful.
And I will say, first night ever sleeping in a, like, I can't say haunted house because I live in a haunted house.
Yeah.
But in a location that is known for hauntings and people residing there. First night doing that, it was a lot of fun. Very great experience. Something that I'll do it again.
It was fun. And they give you
was.
little wristbands too that glow in the dark. It's
Yeah.
wild with sanitarium.
They hook you up, fridge full of water all night, which
Fridge full of water. They had a coffee pot with like coffee and little creamers.
Mhm.
So I had a cup of coffee.
Ovens and microwaves that are like fully operational. So if you ever want to bring snacks, and
Yeah. It was really nice.
yeah, we didn't think that far ahead, unfortunately.
They have a really cool old fridge too, like old
Oh yeah,
fridge.
really old
like one of the
fridge.
old metal ones that like clicks and clamps open. You gotta like slam it shut like a car door. I'm sorry. Yeah.
If you ever, worked in a kitchen before, deep freezer or something
Yeah,
like
like
that,
that.
kind of, yeah.
Latchy, kind of big heavy duty thing. Works. I was
Yeah.
baffled to see something in like that in working condition, honestly.
Yeah.
Especially in such an old house.
Yeah. And something about that location too, there's nothing, I don't feel like there's anything evil there necessarily. You know what I mean? And I feel like people...
It doesn't feel like an evil doctor like lived there.
Yeah, it wasn't like malpractice or...
I don't know though.
Potentially,
like,
I don't know what...
how much malpractice was considered back then, what was considered not malpractice and was just normal.
Right, there
But,
was like electric baths and like bone
Yeah.
stretching, but I don't even know what that is. I don't even know what that is.
I'm like, bone stretching? Like, what the hell?
Yeah, it's
Like
part
the
of
thing where they like
osteotherapy.
tie you up and
Dude,
then.
I've sat on one of those inversion tables and it's nice.
I bet. Honestly,
It
I
is
bet.
nice.
It sounds nice.
Yeah. But great location. Highly suggest going there. The owners are fantastic people. They do everything they can for the house and the community.
They have a little food pantry as well, which is very, thoughtful of them.
Yeah, very, very good people over there running the show. People that, we want in the community to keep on doing what they're doing. Zach, Brooke, huge shout out to you guys.
Damn. Shout out to you guys.
Shout out to you guys, Paranormal Pup. She'd love to come on an investigation one day. She'll scare it off, though. She's like, I'm the scariest thing.
I
in
don't know,
this
she
house.
just looks at them.
But,
Last night's investigation was pretty cool.
yeah, very good time there. Undisclosed location, so we're not going to talk too much about that for, people's privacy's sake and all of that stuff. But anything else about Wildwood?
It was a great place. It was a nice stay.
Yeah,
I would recommend it.
highly recommend. Absolutely.
Highly recommend it.
All right, Brooke. Good. We just shouted you out. Not sure if you heard it. We love everything you guys are doing there. Please keep it up. We absolutely want to be back. We had a fantastic time that night, and really can't thank you guys enough for everything you're doing there.
And it's really peaceful waking up there in the morning, too.
Lori, you as well. That's another one of the owners that we didn't meet Brooke or Lori that night,
Yeah.
but very good people. Love everything. Again, love everything you guys are doing there, and really appreciate everything you guys are doing. Can't say enough good things about you guys.
Joe also has an event tonight, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, Joe is doing something at Paranormal Oddities. Check him out. we'll probably be sharing that feed. We'll probably be
starts at 10 o'clock, I think.
Watching. Yeah, a little bit of a later one, but I'm down with
Yeah,
it.
we took a nap, so.
Oh yeah, no, it's gonna be a late one for us here tonight, guys.
Julie's not gonna like that.
No, not at all. But with that being said, yeah, that was our night at Wildwood. Thank you guys for watching if you watched, and thank you guys for tuning in tonight.
Thank you to the owners of Wildwood themselves.
Yep, we'll absolutely do our best to come back in the near future. We don't have plans yet to go anywhere. We're kind of hoping...
We're wondering what the weather's going to do, what it's going to be like.
Yeah, because, I mean, so far this month, we've had it where it's...
You know, it's hit or miss. You either go somewhere and then you get stormed in or something. So we're just waiting to see what the weather brings and how bad the winter's going to be, I guess.
But trust me, we're itching to get back out there.
I don't know. I almost think we should try an investigation here one night. Just live.
Do it live here at the house.
Snowed in.
Snowed in. This is what we live in.
There's something here. It's shy.
Yeah, no.
It's very shy.
And honestly, the last few times, because like I've said before, we have attempted to contact things in our own house. Not on a live feed, but it, we got stuff at first, and now it really just doesn't want to talk to us.
But the REM pod has gone off in weird spots. Weird little areas. Weird little beep. And we don't have the temp on, so, like, you know.
Yes, keep the temp off all of our devices.
Especially this time of year.
Yeah. No, especially this time of year when the weather starts getting crappy.
I guess we'll stop yapping.
Yeah. Yeah, we can go all night. Again, thank you guys for tuning in. Hope to hear more from you guys. Let us know if you know any locations out in the Buffalo area that you might even want to see us investigate.
And comment down below if there's any suggestions or recommendations.
Yeah, a place maybe, you know, you're like, hey, this place does ghost tours. Maybe we don't know about it, you know. We try to get to all the places we can, and we look up as much as we can, but Google will only give you so much information, honestly, that we've found.
I don't know, most of the time I'm like, all right, let's just go to the town hall.
Literally. Joe has been a better source than Google for finding haunted locations. That's going to be Joe at Paranormal Oddities. Yeah, with that being said, again, we're going to stop rambling. We'll get off here, guys. Serenity's going to send us off. Paranormal Pup, star of the show.
Bye, guys.